Shalom, Labachayariam, Shal Yashala, peace be to the election of the nation of Israel, consisting of 144,000, Nabayayim, the prophets, Harashim, the heats, or the heads, that shall Moshal, which is ruled by Hamalakwat in the kingdom in heaven, shall be established here on earth under Yahweh Shem Shai. Of course, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bishop Kakodash, and giving double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone who were well. Peace and salutation again to the election, of course, including those great peaceable multitude known as the 1/3, which are men, women, and children, whom the Lord will have chesed or mercy ill upon by Ith in these times. Shemia Mafa, my name is Mafa, my young God, Waller Cub, Machana from the Great Millstone Camp, specifically playing tables in the city of Philadelphia. Abawa I'm Lamadi Ma'ite, coming with a lesson, little are we lesson. And just some breaking news that I had saw off of CNN originally, which it says here, Governor Greg Abbott ends statewide mass mandate, moves to open Texas 100%, actions at odds with health experts, federal officials. And I mean, this has been a topic that has been on my mind for quite a bit, and because I see a definite contrast of what is being done with the people and what is actually happening with these changes and within these policies. And us actually being out here in these times, we should know what's going on. Okay, at least what I mean. At least I'm saying that for myself. What I mean. I'm using my own judgment and being able to see. All right. Here in Philadelphia, there's I believe in Philadelphia, it's supposed to wear masks, but it's not enforced. And of course, when you're going within a store, you're supposed to have the mask on, but when you're out and about, you see many people without the mask. Okay. I see it like in a lot of different, even in the beginning of this whole thing, and there's people that didn't even just completely refuse to wear it, and they were working in these facilities and such, they weren't so-called corrected, all right, or disciplined at all. So, I definitely see there's some there's some underlying thing that's going on, But it says here, I'm just gonna read the government. It says, read the article, Slakia. It says Governor Greg Abbott said Tuesday it's time to open Texas 100%. And it says, in its time are the end of the statewide mass order, citing declining hospitalization across the state, and more people are getting the Sharat against the pestilence. It says Abbott issued a new executive order which will take effect March 10 and rescind most of the earlier orders. Okay, going into the term for rescind is to revoke or cancel most of his earlier orders, including restriction on business occupancy. Of course, going into the amount of maximum amounts and the amount of people that can actually be within an establishment. They have it in many places, different percentages of people that they can have within their grounds. And if they violate it, obviously they'd be subject to different fines and penalties. Okay, it says here that July statewide mass order, the July 2nd one, to be clear, it says that the pestilence has not suddenly disappeared, Abbott said, but adding state mandates are no longer needed. Texas is in a far better position now than when I issued my last executive order back in October, said Abbott said, referring to the edict, which I believe that goes into order. Let me just double check. Yeah, official order or proclamation by a person in authority, allowing bars to reopen under certain circumstances. Cases spiked after he eased business restrictions in the fall. Okay. But it says public health experts and federal health officials said the move comes too early and that this pestilence still poses a grave danger. With not enough people that got the shot, all right, to significantly slow the spread of this pestilence. There's also a chance that the variant could be somewhat resistant to, and it says these different shiratium, all right, said Dr. Rochelle Walensky, director of the U.S. of Centers for Disease Control. Okay, so on Monday, Walensky, Slakia for mispronunciation, warned that states should not lift these restrictions as new and more contagious variants spread across the country. Texas will join 15 states that have lifted the mask mandates or never adopted one in the first place. Wow. So, wow. I know that, I remember during those different, in the beginning of earlier stages, you had it where, these different state, governors, it was kind of left in their hands, to, do what they got to do within their state. So, me personally, I feel, it's confusion. Okay, what's going on? So, and I'm gonna bring out my scriptures through the Spirit. So, I just wanted to see, what's going on. Let me see who the different states are. So, Texas is not the first state to end statewide requirements for people to wear masks in public. 15 other states lifted their mask mandates or never adopted one in the first place. And you have it: Alaska, Arizona, Florida. All right, super lax. I remember hearing that. Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Tennessee. So those are the states. Definitely have to put that up in the description box. And I'll just get a couple scriptures. And this is the book of Matthew chapter 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. America is a great kingdom, okay, which, is that, let me see if I can get my scriptures real quick. It's part, of course, the rebirth, okay, of the Roman Empire. That's one. um, which scriptures talk about. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And this is speaking to about the Roman Empire, which is diverse from all other kingdoms. Of course, having elected. Okay, Senate. You having also, the whole thing with like how we had kings and stuff. How things were done in the past, you had things different. Okay. We see, of course, the difference. Okay. You see that within this new Roman Empire with the NATO and the EU, the rebirth being, you have this whole little horn, as the scriptures speak about a little horn. I believe it might be in Daniel's 8. I gotta go back and check. Is that Daniel's 8? Yeah, I believe it's Daniel's. You read it, which it goes more into the Roman Empire again. All right. Let me see. Let me just double check. Which Daniel 7:7, it says, after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and had great iron teeth. Which we know that the iron had a very powerful role in the success of the Roman Empire. Okay, with the weaponry and such, and able to use that to conquer. Okay, which we know is the sword too as well. His blessing is the sword. That's also why we know, Esau is the end of the world, and this kingdom brings in the end of the world in the beginning of our world to come. Once, of course, Yahushua comes back, whom the world even calls Jesus Christ, to subdue this beast. All right, to be as that rock that's gonna break all these kingdoms up. That, of course, this beast has assimilated into one. Through gathering and collecting all the various idols and such, and taking of different customs from the various kingdoms. Okay, he not wanting to be himself, he want to hide himself. Okay, just give me a wee moment again, Sakia again. Okay. Yeah, so going in, and it says, and it devoured and break in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts, okay, these other kingdoms and such, that were before it, and it had 10 horns. The 10 horns represents the different vassal states, okay, in which was part of the Roman, of course, Empire. All right, which let me see. You could go into those particulars. I'm not gonna cover that right now. All right, but it says here, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among there another little horn. This little horn is speaking about America. All right. here in Daniel 7 and 8. Before, because America came out, let me see, I'm going to go so before whom were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots, right? And behold, which I believe that goes into, what is it? The Spanish, the French, okay, and we'll say the British. Let me see. Let me make sure I double check. Let me see. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth that's speaking great things. And I know what you had, like the let me see. I gotta go back into this again. Give me a wee moment. So I double check. Let me see, where's my thing. Trying to see if I can find something just going back into the history. But if my memory do serve me correct, I believe it goes into talking about the was it Spanish American War? Was it the French? And then I know like the Revolutionary War, with the British, but just wanted to make sure I had double checked that. It's been a bit since I, went into this, but that's what I believe is going into. Just if my memory hold me select, so Salakia. I'm trying to see if I could have acquired my wee notebook where I got, of course, things are going, are written down. But yeah, Now let me just go back into this real quick. But it says here, every kingdom that's divided against itself is brought to desolation. This is back in Matthew 12 and 25. And every city and house against itself shall not stand. And I mean, this is clear. I mean, this house, this kingdom, this city, is divided. So it ain't going to stand by the words of Yahweh Shai. Which, of course, the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Okay? We know that. And if Satan casts out Satan, all right, these enemies, the devil, all right, he is divided against himself. How shall his kingdom stand? It can't. Okay? It can't stand. So, it surely will, of course, fall. And it's, we're in that, of course, the little season, okay, of his rule. But at the end of it, which we're in, we're experiencing the fall of Satan, Satan falling as lightning. All right, so I hope, of course, you're edified. Would like to, of course, double fact check that what I had spoke of though in that precept. But I don't. You had to bear with me. Find this notebook. Slakia. Alright, I found it, so let me just go into my little entry where I have it. It's always good to go over these things over and over and over. So, the water for those that are listening to bear with me. So, yeah, so going into that, it was the Spanish-American War, the French-American War, and the Revolutionary War. All right, they had to be plucked up, of course, for America to be established. That's right. So, that's it. And that little horn being America, we, is part of what was it? America part of NATO and such. And America came out of Britain, which is, Britain was, formerly part of the EU, but they did leave recently, due to Brexit. But we know that, of course, them coming back with that whole Treaty of Rome, that going about, that was part of their revival of this Roman Empire and such. You could go into, of course, the whole studies with the European Economic Community, which is, now like the EU. But this kingdom is going to fall, so, just wanted to touch upon that. And, of course, like I said, us keep continuing and going over these breakdowns over and over, it's going to only help us increase in our knowledge. The scriptures say don't be ignorant in something small or great, you know what I mean? So, and it told us to also in Timothy's to also be let me see, I'll just get the scripture. I can see the 2 Timothy's 2:15. And it says here, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. And it will bring, of course, shame. You know what I mean? Say, for example, you're like, damn, man, like, I'm supposed to know this, and then, you come across, like, damn, what done happened? And say if you would go off on a breakdown, you know what I mean? You have to correct that. It says, rightly dividing the word of truth. And, a lot of people, they just want to wing it. You can't do that. All right. But, I just wanted to bring this out, that point. And that being a point, another reason why Esau is going to fall. Because of the divisions between the various states within this so-called United States. Okay, it's not unity. It's not an alliance. If you have certain states that are not even following these different mandates, that federal different states are doing. I think that's a bunch of confusion right there. And that's why this place is America, a place of confusion. So, Babal, Babylon, the great. All right, so with that, just giving a shalom to the elect that's out there, and hopefully you're edified by the lesson. Again, as it says, Governor Greg Abbott ends statewide mask mandate and moves to open Texas 100%. All right. So shalom to the elect again.